What's up guys, this is Chris from Honest Outlaw here, and today we've got a quick first shots for you. We are going over something kind of unique. We do a lot of budget guns on the channel, and we do often do some expensive guns on the channel, but we pretty rarely do an expensive budget gun. If you're wondering what that is, I present you with the Hayes Custom, or should I say Rock Island Armory Classic 1911. This started out life as a government sized 5-inch single action only Rock Island Armory Classic, which I think comes in the area of around $500 and is a pretty good entry level 1911. Now, Hayes Custom is a custom shop that specializes in making good guns really good. And I think that's what they've done here. I haven't shot it yet, but we're gonna take it out and put 100 rounds through it today and give you my first impressions. And we also will be doing a full 1,000 round review later on the channel. They do a lot to this gun in order to bring it up to what I would consider a premium quality 1911 from the Rock Island Armory bare bones. Now, this isn't the first Hayes Custom gun that we've had on the channel. The previous one was also a Rock Island decked out, but it was a double stack 2011, whereas this one is their classic single stack version, which comes with a 10 round Wilson Combat mag. And we also have a few other mags as well that we're gonna be running here today. 1911's 42 ounce overall weight, single action design, manual safety, grip safety. This trigger itself here is incredible. This certainly is not a Rock Island Armory trigger. This thing's coming in at about 2 pounds or so. I would say it's a trigger on par with something like Wilson Combat. So it's kind of cool because you take a gun like Rock Island and you essentially put all the features on it you would get from a custom gun like Ed Brown or Wilson Combat or maybe Nighthawk, and it's kind of fun to see these things run and race with similar accuracy and speed. Now, they're never going to be to the same overall quality and resaleability as something like Wilson Combat, but they are certainly going to keep up in the accuracy and precision and speed department, which we'll try to show here today. Now, they've done so much to this pistol, I'll just list off a little bit of it. They dimpled the slide stop here, as you can see, with extra texture. They polished the throat, the feed ramp, and they flush cut the barrel. A lot of the things that they do are aesthetic. Some of them are for speed and accuracy, but a lot of them are actually for reliability, because these always end up being much more reliable than the standard Rock Island Armory. On top of that, they did a trigger job, they undercut the trigger guard, they dehorned the thumb safety and grip safety, so you can actually get a strong purchase on the gun right from the holster without cutting yourself or making it uncomfortable. They cut the grip safety so it doesn't touch the sear spring, cut the thumb safety removal notch, Loctited a whole bunch of stuff, fiber optic front sight, blacked out rear sight, and a heavy bevel and dehorn on the entire gun just to make it much more comfortable, along with a rose gold titanium nitride finish on the barrel, and the grip tape on the front strap, extended magazine release, and just making the gun look slick as fuck. Man, this is a good looking gun with that rose gold. The front slide serrations work super well. And by comparison to a standard Rock Island, this is so slick. When you run the slide, you can run it really easy. I mean, that's grease shit on ice. That is like custom 1911 quality. Can't wait to go out and shoot it. Before we do, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys we have cool guns like this. I want to thank Ethan Manning from Manning & Sons for sending down some ammunition for the first shots. I also want to mention there's a local shelter named Iowa, the YSS. Please go down there and click that link and donate to those kids. And finally, I want to mention Outlaw Life, our brand new channel. All that stuff will be in the description below. All right, well, certainly not the first time I've been wrong in life, won't be the last. Does not come with one mag, comes with 3. There was actually 3 in the box. These are the Wilson Combat style magazines that the gun came with. That looks very unique in my opinion, which actually looks a lot different than my Wilson Combat mags with the extended base plates and the stainless steel look. So we're gonna see if these run. Oftentimes 1911s can be very picky with ammunition, and sometimes custom 1911s can be tuned for a specific magazine. So we'll try these out here, and if it doesn't run, we'll just run the stock mags. Now, it does have adjustable sights on it, so we'll see if we have to adjust it, but first I wanna pop out a few rounds from 75 just to test the trigger and test myself. Seems to be point of aim, point of impact. Maybe not. There we go, a little bit high. Well, I can't hit those smaller ones. But I think I'm hitting that big one, aren't I?
I heard 2 hits.
2 hits? I don't have my ear pro on. Suppose that would help. Well, it's dead again.
Hit. 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 Well, you were rocking and rolling there.
Yeah. Just trying to find the point of aim of the sights, you know? A lot of times if you miss at distance or you think your sights are off or you're shooting a gun that's new, a lot of times what I'll do is just find a sight picture on each corner and kind of see what happens. Look for a bullet splash, and if you don't hear or if you don't see anything and you keep hearing hits every time you shoot at his right shoulder, I mean, just keep shooting at his damn right shoulder, right?
Makes sense.
The recoil and pulse on this is awesome. All right, so we have our 1911 out here. We've got our mags loaded up with Blazer brass, and we'll shoot from 50 yards, which is a little more manageable of a distance. Things are a little tight yet. It's kind of hard for me to reach that magazine seat or magazine release. I got that fucking 4-inch hostage plate from here. Wow, man. A lot of important people in the world, but nobody more so than John Browning. This is really something. All right, so let's try this bad boy up close. We're at about 15. The only thing I don't like about this is on my Wilson Combat 1911, which I'm so used to shooting, I come over and I break my grip and I hit the magazine release right here, right? And this does have that cut in the grip that I like to hit it easier, but I am gonna be changing this out for an extended magazine release from Wilson Combat. So my reloads are exactly the same, because that's the only difference between this and my CQB as far as shootability. This shoots just as good as my $3,000 Wilson Combat. One thing I gotta say, steel frame guns, couple hundred rounds when it's 100 degrees outside. Ooh, that trigger's getting hot. It's got a steel gun, it's got a steel trigger in it. Woo!
Or maybe it's because you're just so fast.
Could be that. I'd like to think it's that. All right, now we'll talk some turkey. Is it worth the price? Well, I think yes. I didn't mention the price earlier because it's kind of weird talking about a budget 1911 that's $1,700. But if you actually look at the span of 1911s, what do you get for $1,700? Well, you get some pretty good Colts, pretty good Springfields. You can get into the Dan Wesson game. All those are very good, and I'm not saying those are better or worse than this. I'm just saying they're certainly on par, and it's kind of up to you to decide what you like. I can tell you that on the range, what would I rather have? Would I rather have this or a Dan Wesson or a Colt? Well, I'd rather have this, because this has the trigger of an upgraded Atlas gun. This has a trigger from a company that makes custom competition guns, which Hayes Custom does. Now, does it have the resale value? Hard to say, right? Does it look as cool? It absolutely does. I think it's going to turn some people off that they took a Rock Island and they made it into more of a premium gun instead of built it from the ground up. I'm not really sure why, because they both perform the same in my personal experience. If I had to put this up against my Wilson Combat CQB, and I didn't have any bias toward Wilson Combat, and I didn't think about track record or history or anything like that, just how they perform, this performs as well or better. And that sucks for me to say, because this is $1,700 and my Wilson Combat's $3,000. So there is quite a bit of a difference in price there. That being said, I think it's a great gun. I think it's beautiful. That's actually why I was interested in it, because it looks awesome to me. It has that rose gold Terran Tactical style look on it. And for about $1,700, you're gonna get one of the fastest pistols on the range. You just have to really enjoy the single stack lifestyle. They do make double stacks as well, but personally, I like the 1911. I like the classic look, and I wanted one other than my CQB to look like a slick race gun, because my CQB looks like a classic 1911 with race guts under the hood. Whereas this one has got all of the trimmings, and they're very visible and very obvious. So I like them both equally. This one's less money, so I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy with it. But I'll let you decide whether or not it's right for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.